Stop me the second you recognize yourself. You know what you want. You have watched the videos. You've made the plans. But 3 months from now, you will be in exactly the same place, unless something changes today. Here are the 5 stages of getting rich. I will show you which one you are stuck in and what to do about it today. Here's the number nobody talks about. 85% of people who decide they want to build wealth never make it out of stage 1. Not because they're not smart, not because they do not work hard, because they never found out what stage 1 actually is. That changes right now. Today, I'm giving you the complete map, 5 stages. Every single person who has ever built real wealth went through all 5. The only question is how long you stay stuck in each one. By the end of this video, you will know exactly where you are and what to do about it before you close this tab. I'm going to describe 5 types of people. Stop me when you recognize yourself, because the moment you recognize which stage you are in, that is the moment everything changes. Most people watching this are in stage 1 or stage 4. Pay close attention to both. Stage 1, drifting. Here's how to know if this is you. You have a plan, but it changes every 2 weeks. You have started things, but nothing has finished. You know you want more, but every time you try to choose a direction, the options feel completely overwhelming. If any of that sounds familiar, you are in stage 1, and you are not alone. The dangerous thing about drifting is this. When you don't pick a direction, life picks one for you, and life does not pick the one you actually want. Life picks the default, the average, the path of least resistance. Not because the world is against you, because systems reward the people who choose and punish the people who drift. The drifter ends up building other people's dreams. And here's the thing nobody says out loud. The system is designed for this. It needs people who drift. It needs people who do not choose, because those are the people who show up every day and build wealth for everyone except themselves. You were not put here to do that. People in stage 1 often say things like, money doesn't make you happy. I want you to think carefully about where you heard that. Who was it who told you that money and ambition are something to be ashamed of? Because I can tell you, the people saying that are rarely the ones with any. Money doesn't buy happiness directly, but it buys freedom. And freedom buys the ability to find out what actually makes you happy. Mark this clearly. Stage 1 is the stage that traps the most people for the longest time. Most people who say they want to build wealth never actually leave it. Not for a year, not for 5 years, sometimes not ever. Because escaping stage 1 requires one specific thing that most people never do. And that thing is not working harder, it's making a decision. So how do you escape stage 1? One decision. Not a vague intention to do better. A specific decision. You pick one direction and you commit to it completely. That's it. That's the entire exit from stage 1. Not a business plan, not a $1,000 course. One decision, written down right now. Stage 2 is called obsession. And the shift from stage 1 to stage 2 doesn't take months. It takes one moment. The moment you stop letting life push you around and decide with complete commitment that you are going to get rich, not as a vague wish, as an obsession, as the one thing you are focused on above all else. Here's what most people don't understand about stage 2. The money doesn't change first. The direction changes first. You're still broke. You're still in the same apartment, but something in the way you move through the world is completely different. You are no longer drifting. You have a heading. That heading changes everything that follows. Now, I need to be direct with you here. A lot of people think they want to be rich, but what they actually have is arrogance, not obsession. The arrogant person says, I want to get rich and run a marathon and learn an instrument and travel the world all at the same time. That's not obsession. That's fantasy. Stage 2 requires you to set everything else aside. One thing, until the mission is complete. I'll tell you from direct experience, the only reason I became a multimillionaire while still young was because I locked in on one thing and set everything else aside until I got there. Not sometimes, not mostly, completely. The TV, the social events, the secondary goals, all of it went into a pile labeled later. That pile is what stage 2 requires from you. One more thing before we move to stage 3. If becoming obsessed with getting rich made you cringe just now, I want you to examine that reaction. There is nothing shameful about wanting financial freedom. The shame around ambition is one of the most effective tools the system has ever used to keep people in stage 1. Your ambition is not greed, it's resistance. Stage 3 is called discovery, and this is where obsession turns into a plan. The truth that runs through all of this is simple. You get paid in direct proportion to the value you provide. The reason you aren't rich yet is not because you are lazy. It's because you have not yet found the thing you can provide enough value at to get paid properly for it. Most people get stuck here because they think they have to invent something, find the next crypto, create a revolutionary product, come up with an idea nobody has had before. They don't. You don't. All you need to do is find something that is already working and ask yourself one question: how can I do this too?
The fastest way to master any money-making skill is to find someone already ahead of you and uncover their exact proven pathway. Some great options to research right now: video editing, short-form content creation, eBay reselling, drop shipping, deal sourcing, copywriting. Find someone already doing it successfully. Study exactly how they did it. That pathway is your blueprint. Finding someone ahead of you and discovering exactly how they became successful, it's basically a cheat code. You get to skip their mistakes. You get to go faster than they went. You get a compressed timeline to results because someone already paid the cost of the learning curve for you. This is the single most powerful thing you can do in stage 3. This person does not have to be famous. In fact, it is actually better if they are not, because if they are not famous, you know their income comes directly from their skills and not from their personal brand. You can find these people in Discord communities, on Instagram, in Facebook groups, and even in local business clubs. The proven pathway is out there. Your job in stage 3 is to find it. Quick pause before stage 4. Stage 4 is the one where most people's entire plan falls apart, not because they run out of money, because of something much harder to fix, and I'm going to tell you exactly what it is in a moment. Subscribe before we get into it, because next week's video goes even deeper on surviving stage 4. Now, stage 4. Stage 4 is called acceleration. This is where you take the proven pathway you found in stage 3 and you actually execute it. The rule at stage 4 is simple and uncomfortable. Start before you are ready. The first version will be bad. That is not a problem. That is the point. You cannot get good at anything without first being willing to be bad at it first. The truth is, before you can be great at anything, you have to be willing to be bad at it first. If you're offering a service, do some free work to get your reps in. If you're selling products, launch your first store, even if it's not perfect. If you're creating content, record the first video anyway. The first attempt will not be your best. Do it anyway. If you want to accelerate through stage 4, you need constant constructive criticism, not from your family, not from your friends. I say this with respect. They are the worst people to get advice from. They don't want to hurt your feelings, and most of them don't know enough to give you useful feedback anyway. You need someone ahead of you, someone who will tell you the truth. Stage 4 is not just about putting in more hours. It's about working smarter with the hours you put in. Get the feedback, spot what's holding you back, then do more of what works and cut what doesn't. This sounds simple. Most people never do it because they are too attached to the things they started with, even when those things are clearly not working. Here's the thing nobody warns you about in stage 4. It's lonely. Most rich people look back on this period of their life as their lonely chapter. You'll start to feel disconnected from your old friends because most of them don't share the same level of ambition. But you're not yet successful enough to connect with the people you are working toward becoming. You're in the gap. The lonely chapter is where most people give up and drift back to stage 1. And honestly, I understand why. It takes a specific kind of dedication to keep going when you're on your own, the results aren't there yet, and everyone around you has moved on with their lives. This is the hardest part of the entire 5-stage journey. Most people who make it to stage 4 never make it through it. My son went through exactly this. When he left school instead of going to university, he chose to build a videography business. He was so focused that he lost contact with most of his old friends for 2 full years. He put in the reps alone. He got honest feedback from the right people. He cut what wasn't working. 2 years later, he was earning more per month than most of his friends will earn in a year. So if you've outgrown your old friends but are not yet wealthy, who do you turn to? The answer is find people in the trenches with you. The friends who are building at the same time as you, at the same level as you, those people are worth more than any YouTube video. They keep you honest, they keep you moving, they stop the loneliness from winning. There are 2 types of people to find in communities. Type 1, people 1 step ahead of you, they show you the path, they have already navigated what you are about to face. Type 2, people at the exact same level as you. They keep you moving, they stop you from quitting when it gets hard. Find Discord servers, find online groups. Do not do stage 4 alone. You genuinely don't have to. If you're in stage 4 right now, grinding, lonely, wondering if it's worth it, hear this. You are closer to stage 5 than you have ever been. The distance between stage 4 and stage 5 is not talent, it's not luck. It's 1 more rep, 1 more piece of content, 1 more client, 1 more day. The people who win are not the most talented. They're the ones who didn't stop. Stage 5 is called freedom, and let me tell you what it actually looks like, because it's probably not what you're picturing. It's not a yacht, it's not a private jet. For most people who reach stage 5, it looks exactly like this. You wake up on a Tuesday morning, your phone has no message from a boss, you decide what today looks like. That's it. That's the whole prize. Now, here's where stage 5 splits into 2 very different outcomes. Being rich and being wealthy are not the same thing. When you start earning well, you face a choice. You can spend it all, the car, the clothes, the holidays, or you can reinvest a meaningful percentage of it while you're still young and build something that lasts beyond you. One of these choices is freedom. The other is just a longer version of stage 1. If you're spending everything you earn to impress other people, hear me say this directly. Wealthy people like me will never be impressed by a young person who spends everything they earn. We'll look at you and feel genuinely disappointed because we know what you could be doing with that money instead. You're not impressing the people you think you're impressing. When you start earning in stage 5, here is the reinvestment plan I recommend. Do not depend on one stream. I never did. Build multiple. Passive investments like index funds, a small position in crypto if you understand it properly, individual stocks in businesses you actually understand, and most importantly, reinvest in yourself. New skills, better skills. Your skills compound just like money does. Here is the single most important wealth principle that runs through all 5 stages, and it is this. You are the asset, not your job, not your investments, not your business. You. The skills you develop compound with interest, just like money does. The economy can crash, a business can fail, an investment can go to 0, but the skills in your head, nobody can take those from you. Invest in yourself first. Everything else follows from that. Even when you have freedom, keep spending a couple of hours a day learning. Read, watch, join communities. The people who reach stage 5 and stop growing are the ones who slide back. The people who reach stage 5 and keep investing in themselves are the ones who turn freedom into generational wealth. Never stop being the person in stage 4 who is hungry. I want to leave you with one line that I think summarizes the entire difference between the people who build real wealth and the people who stay broke. Wealthy people reinvest to become more successful. Poor people spend money to impress other poor people. That is the whole difference. One habit builds, one habit performs, and the performance is the most expensive habit a person can have. So, which stage are you in right now? Be completely honest with yourself. Stage 1, drifting, letting life decide. Stage 2, obsessed but not yet sure how. Stage 3, discovering the proven pathway. Stage 4, in the grind, in the lonely chapter. Stage 5, earning well and making the reinvestment choice. Drop your stage in the comments right now. If you are in stage 1 right now, here is the one action you need to take before you close this video. Open your Notes app, write one sentence, one skill or one income path you are choosing to pursue. Not 3 options, 1. The choice does not need to be perfect, it just needs to be made. Make it before you close this tab. If you are in stage 2, obsessed but not sure where to start, stop researching general content for 1 week. Spend that entire week on one single task. Find one specific person ahead of you in the skill you want to learn. Just one real person. Find out exactly how they did it. That is your entire job this week. If you are in stage 3, you have your path but have not started, your action is simpler. Do the first imperfect thing today. Message one client, set up the store, record the first video. Today, not tomorrow. If you are in stage 4, one more rep, one more day. Do not stop. If you are in stage 5, calculate one number right now. What percentage of your income are you currently reinvesting? If the answer is 0, that's your entire problem right there. Set a specific percentage today. Even 10% automatically reinvested from this moment changes everything. Automate it today before you forget. Here's a realistic timeline. Stage 1 to stage 2, one decision can happen today. Stage 2 to stage 3, weeks to a few months. Stage 3 to stage 4, 1 to 3 months of consistent execution. That's it. 3 years from today, stage 5 is completely achievable. 3 years is not long. Drifting for 20 years and ending up in the same place, that's long. One more truth before we close. The system is real. It is designed to keep most people in stage 1 forever, but it can be beaten. It has been beaten by millions of people before you, with fewer resources than you have, with harder starting conditions than yours, with less information than you now have in your hands. The map exists. You have just seen it. Every stage you advance is a stage further from what the system designed for you. Here's what most people will do with everything in this video. They will watch it, they will nod along, they will think that was really good, and then they will open Instagram and scroll for an hour. Tomorrow, same stage. You and I both know that is about to happen for some people watching this right now. I'm asking you to be the exception. It takes 2 lines in your Notes app. That's the entire gap between most people and the person who uses this. Before you close this video, one thing. Open your Notes app or grab a piece of paper. Write 2 lines. Line 1, my stage. Line 2, the one specific action I'm taking in the next 24 hours to move forward. Not a vague intention, a specific action. People who write it down are statistically more likely to do it. 2 lines, right now. Drop a comment right now. Which of the 5 stages are you in? Stage 1, drifting. Stage 2, obsession. Stage 3, discovery. Stage 4, acceleration. Stage 5, freedom. Drop the number. I read every single comment, and knowing where you all are helps me make better content for exactly where you are right now. If this video gave you clarity on where you are and what you need to do, hit the like button right now. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people who need to see this. There's someone in stage 1 right now who needs exactly this map. The like button gets it in front of them. Help them find it. Subscribe if you want to keep building. Every week, I post content about building real wealth from scratch, the real skills, the real stages, the real systems, not get rich quick, not fake motivation, real pathways from someone who has actually done it. 5 stages, 1 decision. Wherever you are starting from, the map is now yours. Stage 1 to stage 5, 3 years. The system wanted you to drift forever. You just found the map. Go use it.